Premium organic Shou Mei tea cake. What's up everybody, Eric here from Tea and Tobacco. Today I'm going to be looking at this white tea cake, so let's go. Alright, so this is a Fuding white tea. It's also called Longevity Eyebrow, but it is also called Shou Mei. It is picked after the Bai Mudan that I did the review of a few weeks ago. So whereas the Bai Mudan is a bud and 2 leaves, this is basically picked after that. So it's basically the leftovers. So it's usually like the next couple leaves and buds if there are some that pop out. So here's what the cake is made up of. So it's made up of some older leaves, and then you do have some younger buds in there as well. So as you can see, it is a bit darker because those leaves are a bit older than the especially silver needles, but Bai Mudan, the white peony as well. So you got a lot of dark browns in there, speckled with some lighter bud material. So today I'm using 200-degree water in a 100 ml gaiwan. I'm using 5 grams. So I'm just going to give this a quick rinse. It does not have a lot of dust on it, but when you do break it up, you do get a bit of, small broken pieces. You can use that for some like Western style in a drop down brewer or something like that. It's just similar to the Bai Mudan, same thing. Since it's some bigger pieces, it does tend to break apart into small bits when you're trying to break up the tea cake. So for this first infusion, I am just going to do a quick 10 seconds, and then we'll get to tasting this stuff. So also I picked this up at Dragon Tea House. If you guys have been watching, I get a lot of my stuff from Dragon Tea House. They got a good selection of a lot of stuff, so that is why I buy from there a lot. I will try to be buying from some other suppliers soon, so I can do some other suppliers. Yunnan sourcing will be soon when the spring teas hit the shelves. So scent off the wet leaves. There's a nice sweet grass, a little bit of floral in there, but not much. There's a slight sour note in there. Just nothing specific. Mostly just that sweet grass. This brews up pretty yellow, and I didn't pour enough into... Let me get you some here. It brews up as a pale yellow. It's very delicate, a little thin on the palate. Has a slight fruity note to the grassiness, so the grassiness does come through. Almost like a honeydew. So a slight honeydew and that grass in there, and then it goes out into a sweeter finish. All right, so that's it for the first infusion here. All right, so going into the second infusion here, I'm going to push this out to about 15 seconds. So this infusion brews up just a tad darker, but not by much. Still the nice light yellow. It is nice and clear. There might be just a little bit of dust in the brew, but not a lot. Now the flavor's ramped up a bit more. Still have those grassy notes, but it's taken on more of a citrusy texture or a citrusy flavor to it, and the body is increased just a touch. So far, it's pretty much your typical white tea, or at least an aged white tea. It's not as fruity and floral as a fresh white tea, but it's picking up more of those deeper notes come out as the aging process goes on. All right, so there you go for the second infusion. All right, going into the third infusion here, I'm going to push this out to about 20 seconds. All right, so this infusion brews up about the same color as the last. It's still nice and clear. And while I'm waiting for this one to cool, I will show you the wet leaves here. So we got some decent size material, though it is a bit broken. This is definitely a lower grade material. Not that it doesn't taste bad, it's just a little more damaged and whatnot. So see, these are a bit bigger leaves. All right, so tasting this third one here. The fruitiness still stays. Actually got a bit of a black cherry note in here. That's definitely there, and then the finish kind of degrades into the same aftertaste I sometimes get from eating an apple. Yeah, that black cherry is really heavy on the intake of the liquid. This is a very nice evening tea. My wife likes it a lot. You can brew this out pretty far too. You can get about 8 to 10 steepings on this. Since it is a little bit more delicate, and if you stay kind of short on the steepings, you can definitely push it out there. If you like a bit stronger, obviously you won't get as many out. So yep, still going strong after the third. So going into the fourth here, I'm going to push this out about 30 seconds on this one. All right, so this fourth infusion, we pretty much have the same color going on. It's just that nice, clear yellow color. Flavor from the last infusion, pretty much the same. It's a nice black cherry in there. Not too sweet, but then it degrades into that apple aftertaste. There's just a slight bitterness in there, but it's barely noticeable. I'm just calling it out because it is there. But really, for the most part, this is a very smooth tea with really no bitterness, nothing really unpleasant in it. So I'm going to stop it here for you guys at the fourth infusion. Like I said, it can go out to 8-10, not a big deal. So this has been the Fuding Longevity Eyebrow, also called Shou Mei tea cake. You can pick it up on Dragon Tea House for about $19 or so. The exact name is in the title of this. So if you search for exactly that, you will find it. It may be a lower grade of tea, but it's still quite tasty, so you can give it a shot if you'd like. Thanks for watching, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe, comment questions and feedback down below. There's also a Discord server that I have opened up that is also in the description, and I will see you next time on Tea and Tobacco. See you guys.